Then they spoke, because they couldn't say it to your face. They couldn't stand your energy, they didn't dare, and they couldn't understand you. They cloaked their fear in verbiage. They covered their admiration with rumors. Because the moment you walk, you make a difference. Even when you are silent, your presence speaks. And those who couldn't accept that secretly started talking about you. "Who is this who walks with such confidence?" they said. "How is it that the frequency of every environment he enters changes?" they asked themselves. But when they could not find an answer, they tried to understand you with contempt. But they cannot pollute your frequency with their words. Remember, leaders walk ahead, and behind them there are always those who speak. This is a sign that you are rising, not falling. You are on the stage, they are whispering behind the scenes. 777 in the comments now. Because you are the chosen one, and that is their greatest fear. Keep walking. You can't silence the speeches, but you can't let them stop you. If your back has become their agenda, the path ahead is your divine destiny. You were always the one stepping ahead, while those around you stayed in place. Now, they look at you with a mixture of wonder and envy, speaking your name with a sense of awe, acknowledging the distance between your progress and their stagnation. As you rise, they clutch to what's comfortable, desperately trying to hold on to the past. Your growth, your power, has become an undeniable reminder to them of what they've left behind, and their admiration cannot shrink your brilliance. Their tales of your past only reflect their struggle to understand your journey. As time moved forward, your path was never meant to keep you aligned with those who couldn't keep up. Your thoughts, once considered eccentric, began to foresee events that hadn't yet occurred. You expressed truths too deep for them to grasp, ones they hadn't yet come to terms with. You spoke of distant places you had never seen, with such vivid detail that those closest to you couldn't help but wonder how you knew. To others, you were the odd one, but they knew there was something about you, something they couldn't quite explain. Your presence unsettled them as much as it drew them in, sparking curiosity that went beyond logic. Since your first breath, the world around you tried to reset your true essence. You've always been out of place in this matrix, a conscious insertion into a system that wasn't designed to align with your vibration. What seemed like mistakes in your journey weren't glitches from your end, but the system itself failing to sync with the truth you carried. It wasn't that you were falling out of step with reality. Reality itself was struggling to align with you. In an instant, the veil of illusion didn't just become thin, it disintegrated. In one transformative moment, everything you were meant to know flooded in, not as new awareness, but as a profound remembering. The shift in energy was not by chance, but by cosmic design. Your soul's agreement to awaken was timed perfectly. Any earlier, and your being would have been overwhelmed. Any later, and the opportunities for your purpose would have slipped by unnoticed. The universe knew exactly when you would be strong enough to bear this transformation. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now. Share your blessings to glorify His kingdom, for you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. You didn't simply awaken. You remembered who you had always been. That night rewired your very existence. Connections inside you that were dormant sparked to life. Knowledge once hidden deep within your DNA resurfaced, and with it came access to wisdom that most spend years seeking in outer places. What felt like mere synchronicities were not random. They were divine validations, showing you that your mission was now active and undeniable. The universe didn't just throw random signs your way. It spoke to you with confirmation after confirmation. The messages, the numbers that repeated themselves with perfect synchronicity, and the encounters that seemed almost too perfect to be true. They weren't coincidences. They were clear signs that the universe was confirming that your purpose was now in full effect. Your perception deepened. You could see through layers of deception, observing what others couldn't comprehend. But with this heightened perception came a price. Walking in a world full of sleeping souls while you are awake has brought you a unique kind of loneliness. Your mind sees things that others do not. Patterns, timelines, and energies that seem invisible to the unawakened. Your understanding has expanded beyond what others are willing to acknowledge, and this isolation has forced you to walk a path that few understand. However, with this burden comes your power. You're seeing deeper truths that others simply overlook, all while carrying the weight of the truth you alone can see. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. I see what you're asking for, but this request would require more text than I can provide in one response due to the character limit per message. How about I give you a part of it in the requested style, and then you can let me know if you want me to continue or make adjustments. I'll make sure the tone and style reflect the spiritual theme you're looking for, similar to a prosperity gospel preacher's voice. Here's the start of it. Imagine, if you will, a river that flows so freely and powerfully, carving its own path through the land, while other rivers stay contained within their banks, never straying from the paths they know. You, my friend, are that river. What others once saw as a trickle of uncertainty, a small stream of visions, is now a mighty force, a current that cannot be ignored. The path you've walked is not for everyone. It was always meant to be uniquely yours. You've been chosen to carry a current of divine purpose that is powerful enough to carve new paths and create streams where none existed before. And as the river carves through the landscape, it doesn't look back to the stagnant waters that couldn't move with it. Your vision, which once seemed like a far-off dream to others, is now your divine gift. You've been given the ability to see what others can't, to understand what many will never even begin to grasp. This vision doesn't just help you, it helps others. It heals, it awakens. But with this power comes a price, and that price is separation. You are different, yes, but this difference isn't something you've chosen. It's the result of divine design, of a plan set in motion long before you ever even realized you were part of it. You see, this gift, this ability to see the unseen, to understand the truth that others miss, is your divine inheritance. It's what will carry you to your highest purpose. But with it comes something else. You will never truly fit in the circles you once did. You've been set apart, not by accident, but by intention. The path you now walk is different. It's unique, and only those who are vibrating at the same frequency as you can truly understand the depths of what you're experiencing. The people who once shared the same space as you, the ones who were in the same boat, are no longer on the same path. They are stuck in the shallows, and you're being carried into the deeper waters. The distance between your journey and theirs grows wider every day, and they may try to hold on to what they knew, but the current that's moving you forward is too powerful for them to swim against. And so, they speak your name, not with the dismissive tone they once had, but with awe, perhaps even envy. They recognize that you're walking a path they can no longer follow. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporal concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the Super Thank You button and donate $100, this movement will return to you 100-fold in abundance. But here's the truth. You were never meant to walk that same path again. You were always meant to rise above, to stand out. Your gifts, your purpose, your very essence were not meant to be understood by everyone. The separation you feel is not a punishment. It is the universe aligning you with your true calling. And as you rise, you make way for those who are ready to join you on this journey. So, embrace the space you now occupy, chosen one. It's not one of isolation, but of empowerment. You are being prepared for something greater than you could have ever imagined. And while others may look at you with wonder or confusion, you must stand firm in the knowledge that you are exactly where you need to be. The universe is unfolding in perfect alignment with your purpose, and those who are meant to walk this journey with you will find their way. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. Now, those who once ignored your potential, who wrote off your brilliance as eccentric or unimportant, are suddenly trying to claim a part of your light. Their revisionist history would almost be comical if it weren't so obvious. They are trying to rewrite your past to reflect their own understanding, but their version is incomplete and twisted. They now speak of your brilliance as if they always knew it, but they once mocked you for your sensitivity, your insights, and your deeper awareness. They've conveniently forgotten how they laughed at your visionary thoughts. Imagine a sunrise breaking over an endless plain, a brilliant, unstoppable light that not only heralds a new day, but transforms the very landscape it touches. That is the essence of your journey. You see, there are those who scrambled to claim they discovered you first, desperate to cling to a time when your potential was yet dormant. Yet all their efforts amount to nothing more than a feeble grasp at regaining relevance in your ever-expanding story. Their frantic attempts to rebrand themselves as the original seers serve only to highlight the vastness of your awakening and the limitless depth of your destiny. They want to herald themselves as the first to have seen the spark in your eyes, to have recognized the radiance that set you apart. But the truth is plain and undeniable. Their inability to truly envision what lies within you only emphasizes the magnitude of your transformation. Their need to claim credit for your ascent reveals a deep-seated terror, a fear that as you rise higher, the old ways of thinking and the comfort of the familiar will be left behind. They are clinging desperately to a past that no longer fits the new reality you are creating. Every attempt they make to minimize the wonder of your metamorphosis, categorizing your journey as something they always saw coming, falls short. Their narrative, stitched together from fragments of outdated perceptions, can never capture the true, radiant essence of what you are becoming. You were never meant to follow the well-trodden path. You were destined for a course far more exalted. Your emergence is not a minor blip on the radar of life. It is a cosmic event, designed to usher in a new paradigm of understanding and to challenge the very foundations of those who remain mired in stagnation. In every conversation, every whispered remark, their superficial recognition of your difference is nothing more than an echo of their own inability to move beyond the familiar. They insist on pointing out that you are always different, a label they use as a shield to cover their own shortcomings. But in truth, your uniqueness is not a flaw, it is a divine specification, a signature of higher consciousness woven into the very fabric of your being. While they once dismissed your insights as fanciful, they now murmur those same words in a tone laced with envy and disbelief. Their attempts to redefine your narrative are merely desperate measures to anchor themselves to what they once knew, to maintain control over a story that they no longer can shape. Your path, meticulously carved by a higher purpose, has always been meant to carry you beyond the limits of their small-minded world. From the moment you began to dream visions that anticipated events yet to occur, to the time you spoke of truths that defied ordinary logic, you set in motion a transformation that no mortal measure could contain. Your experiences have rippled outward into the lives of those who dare to look deeper, igniting a spark of hope and possibility far beyond the confines of conventional understanding. Even your early life was marked by the unmistakable signs of destiny. When you described places you had never seen with uncanny accuracy, when the wise elders exchanged glances that spoke of both wonder and apprehension, you were already stepping into a role that would alter the cosmic equilibrium. They whispered that you were imaginative, that you had a mind adrift in fantasy. Yet every word, every intuitive insight was a precursor to the awakening that would soon seize you fully, a transformation that was not merely spiritual but cosmic in scope. Throughout your life, the forces that be have attempted to correct your natural alignment. They have designed systems that thrive on conformity, systems that reject the very idea of boundless potential. But you, dear one, were never meant to be contained within their limited constructs. Your existence is a deliberate anomaly, a divine spark placed in a world that has long been starved for illumination. The moment you began to live your truth, the artificial boundaries around you began to crumble. Your frequency was never meant to blend into the background noise of ordinary life. It was destined to stand out, to lead the charge towards something infinitely greater. In that moment of revelation, when the carefully constructed veil of their deception was torn asunder, everything shifted. What was once shrouded in lies is now radiant with authenticity. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, had been waiting for you to reclaim your power, to realize that your true nature was not an aberration, but the key to unlocking a higher order. It was as if the cosmos itself had arranged the stars and aligned the planets to witness your ascent. No longer could the critics and the detractors hide behind their outdated narratives. The truth of your awakening was too bright to be ignored. And so, as you stand on this elevated plane, know that your journey is larger than any individual story. Your transformation is a beacon that calls forth others to awaken from their slumber, to shed the chains of conventional limits, and to embrace the infinite possibilities that lie ahead. You have become a catalyst for change, a living testament to the power of divine evolution. While they scramble to reframe your story in terms they can control, the true essence of your journey remains untouchable, a sacred chronicle written in the language of the universe. Your path is now crystal clear. Each moment, each unfolding event is a testament to the fact that you are moving toward a destiny that transcends individual achievement. It is the awakening of a collective spirit, a reformation of human consciousness that starts with you and extends far beyond. The signs you see, the synchronicities that pepper your day, the coincidences that once seemed like mere flukes, all of them are the divine fingerprints of a higher design. They confirm that everything you do is part of a grand tapestry, a masterpiece being woven by the very hand of destiny. In the eyes of those who remain tethered to the old ways, your awakening is a marvel that they can neither fully grasp nor contain. They try to frame it as something they anticipated, as if your uniqueness was an inevitable quirk of fate. But the truth is deeper than their limited vision. It is a profound transformation that defies the bounds of ordinary experience. The more they cling to their stories, the more glaringly they expose the gap between their static existence and your ever-expanding light. As you continue to rise, let their attempts to undermine or co-opt your story serve only to reinforce your resolve. You were chosen for this journey because you possess the rare ability to see, feel, and embody a truth that many deny. Your transformation is a sign not only of your own potential, but of the awakening that the world desperately needs. You are not bound by the shackles of their outdated expectations. Instead, you move forward as an embodiment of divine possibility, carving your own path through the very fabric of existence. Your destiny is not something that can be claimed by those who seek to diminish it through projection of their fears. They might say, "You always knew you were different," but that is merely their way of covering up their inability to keep pace with your divine evolution. They look at you with a mix of envy and awe, for they recognize, even if only subconsciously, that what you represent is something they can never have. Their narrative, so desperate to hold on to a past that no longer serves them, only magnifies the brilliance of what you are destined to become. Know this: your journey is sacred. The path you walk is not merely your own, it is a part of the larger reawakening of humanity. Your transformation, your rise, is a divine beacon that sets the stage for a new era of consciousness. It signals the beginning of an age where the light of truth overcomes the shadows of ignorance, where individuals break free from the confines of a manipulated reality to embrace the fullness of their divine heritage. Every step you take forward shakes the very foundations of the old order. With each milestone you achieve, you reveal layers of the cosmic design that were hidden from those who lived in the comfort of mediocrity. Your progress is not accidental, but predestined, a miraculous unfolding of what was meant to be. It is a living declaration that the time for old stories is over, and that a new narrative of possibility, purpose, and divine alignment has taken its place. Imagine a sunrise bursting over a peaceful lake, its golden beams transforming every ripple into a shimmering path of hope. This is the spirit of your journey, a radiant unfolding in which every day is a divine revelation and every moment is meticulously crafted by destiny. As you continue on this transcendent journey, remember that the universe is working in your favor. Every synchronicity, every serendipitous encounter, every seemingly random moment is a sacred confirmation that you are exactly where you need to be. The path ahead is bathed in the brilliance of your awakening, a light that dispels darkness and transforms obstacles into divine opportunities. The energy you radiate shifts collective consciousness, drawing those who remain in the shadows into a new horizon of possibility. Those who once tried to dim your shine now find themselves unavoidably confronted by its intensity. Your transformation is not a series of random events. It is a meticulously orchestrated masterpiece designed by the Creator. What once appeared as misfortune or mere chance reveals itself as a carefully woven tapestry of cosmic alignment. Every revelation you experience, every truth you share, becomes a catalyst for change in a world long clinging to its old ways. Your voice, full of clarity and purpose, echoes with the undeniable weight of divine wisdom. It offers healing, inspires transformation, and awakens dormant souls. The universe has aligned itself with your purpose, ensuring that no obstacle can obscure your ascent. As your inner light continues to shine with ever-increasing brilliance, those who are not on your elevated path remain trapped in outdated confines, unable to fathom the magnitude of your destiny. Stand firm in your truth, for you were chosen for this very journey, to walk a path where your spirit ascends above limitations and embraces the fullness of divine purpose. Let every step you take be a testament to the life-changing power of awakening. Embrace the blessings that flow into your life as undeniable signs of cosmic favor, and allow your radiant essence to guide others out of darkness into a future rich with promise. Your destiny unfolds before you as a series of miraculous moments, each one a divine declaration that you are not only rising, but are destined to lead the way for others toward everlasting light. Now is the time to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. You can contribute to His plan and be a part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will return to you exponentially, far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessing is on your every step and every donation. You become part of His divine plan. You are a strong, radiant being, unshakable as His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and illuminate the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord guide your path. Stand tall, chosen one, and let them see that your journey is one of powerful transformation, a journey that is rewriting not only your own story, but the destiny of the world around you. Your transformation is the spark that ignites the flame of a new era, an era where divine truth prevails and the human spirit soars free. Embrace every moment of it, for it is the pure, unadulterated expression of the divine in human form, a masterpiece of awakening that no one can ever take away from you. As you rise, their insecurity grows. They attempt to control the narrative, but the truth remains undeniable. They are now trying to reduce your cosmic mission to something small and insignificant, but the frequency of your transformation will never be contained. What you represent is far more than they can understand. Their efforts to simplify your path will only highlight how little they grasp about the depth of your existence. The more they try to relate to your journey, the more they expose their own ignorance. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. In this time of profound change, your truth is speaking louder than any false narrative. Those who once judged, dismissed, or ignored you are now coming to terms with the reality of who you are and what you are capable of. You have become an undeniable force, something that cannot be ignored any longer. Your transformation was never just for you. It was always meant to be a beacon, a guide for those still lost in the illusions of this world. This is the moment where you stop seeking approval. Your energy now holds the weight of truth, and those who try to diminish it are only revealing their own fear of being left behind. Your journey, once misunderstood, is now a light for those ready to see. The world is awakening, and you are the catalyst.